evening, I'm David Stratton. Welcome to Cinema Classics. I have another double bill for you this evening, and again they're films which might seem at first totally different, but which on closer inspection do have things in common. Later on, one of the finest films from the Japanese director Yasujiro Ozu, Flavor of Green Tea Over Rice, made in 1952. A film about family relationships, a great film, I think. But first, Jacques Tati's Mon Oncle, made in 1958, and best described, I think, as a comedy with a serious message. Tati started his career in the music hall and made comic shorts before his memorable appearances in Jour de Fête and Monsieur Hulot's Holiday, both of which I'll be bringing to Cinema Classics in the near future. Well, those were both primarily slapstick films. In Mon Oncle, or My Uncle, Tati is expressing his feelings about the loss of our history in a headlong rush to progress. His central character, Monsieur Hulot, lives in the old part of town on the top floor of a ramshackle building. His nephew lives with his parents in a sterile, ultra-modern house. During the film there are some marvellously comic scenes which Tati handles, usually in long shot. He rarely uses close-ups, preferring you, the audience, to seek out the comedy wherever it might occur on the screen. But there are also quite strong comments on modernism, 1958 style. The mood, like the lovely music score, is leisurely. Here it is then, a thoroughly charming but slightly angry comedy, Jacques Tati's Mon Oncle. That was Mon Oncle, one of Jacques Tati's most popular films, but a comedy with a message, and quite a strong message, about the sterility of contemporary life. Tati clearly prefers the old quarter, the traditional world, and loathes the modern trappings. Well, before we go to our second film tonight, Flavor of Green Tea Over Rice, which has a few things in common with Mon Oncle, let's look at next Saturday's programme. Both our films next week are made by celebrated directors David Lean and Robert Siodmak. The David Lean film is Madeline, which was made in 1950 and stars Anne Todd in a true story about a woman accused of murdering her lover. Our second film will be Abschied, Farewell, an early talkie made by Robert Siodmak in Berlin in 1930, a film about life in a lodging house there. So that's David Lean's Madeline and Robert Siodmak's Abschied, Farewell, next on Cinema Classics. And now stay viewing for Flavor of Green Tea Over Rice.